And welcome back again, guys, with Leak, and today we will start a new Let's Play, Dark Souls. I have actually started this Let's Play previously on this channel, but then back then I was still doing Finnish Let's Plays, and yeah. Now that I started doing English Let's Plays, why not start the whole Let's Play all over again, especially when the save game itself got corrupted and everything just went to downhills after Fraps even decided not to record. Anyhow, we are doing Dark Souls, and the thing I have planned here is that we will do Dark Souls 1 and Dark Souls 2 Let's Plays, but first we will start, of course, with Dark Souls 1, but I will try to keep the character somewhat familiar with each other, so they are like the same character with each story, so that could be interesting for myself as well. What I've been planning here overall is that I will do a dual wield character, even though dual wielding in Dark Souls 2 isn't all that amazing, but we'll try and beat the game the way with that way. Hopefully I will succeed. Leak. What should I name myself? Leak. I have no idea what the name. Boletar, yeah. Boletar. Leak Boletar. Alright, that's good enough, I guess. Sex will go with male. Class will go with thief. I have no idea why I'm choosing thief. People say that pyromancer is the best choice, or perhaps bandit in some cases, but I will go with thief since I like thieves. If you want, well, I'm not going to go through all of these, just choose master key if you so choose. I guess you can choose black firebombs as well. That's kinda a good choice as well. For face we'll go with dubious, maybe just dragon scholar, I guess, and then we'll go with wild and dark red. I guess that's good enough, and we'll continue here. Start game with this character. Yes, we will start, and we have an intro here. Please do enjoy.
Of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the talkative pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart their stone skills. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers, and man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark sign.
Very confusing little intro there. Something you might want to really really understand, and
Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
this is my fate indeed. I have been led to the north, and I've been locked away until some random guy just appears and drops a body for us, which contains the key for our freedom, and he then decides to give up on his own dreams and dies, and even gives us his health item. And yeah, weird guy. Alright, pick up the dungeon cell key. Some mods I have installed. The intro there is very, very intriguing in my opinion. It can be kind of interrupted with what word am I searching here? Well, you can look at it in two different ways, kinda. It is said that from the dark, they became like, basically humans became from the dark, or from the flames they rose up, and then the woman there just said that from the flames they found the lords of the souls, and not the souls of the lords. And that's something, at least what I just heard. It kind of came into my head right now that I actually looked at it. I think it said Lords of the Souls. And who do we have here? Without going any further here, with this Lord of the Soul thingy, in this situation, if you have Blackfire bombs, use them to get his weapon, this demon's weapon. If you don't have the Blackfire bombs, just skip this part like that. Alright, so going onwards with the Lords of the Souls, whatever it is, be it Souls of the Lords or whatever, it kind of lets you to assume that the Nito and Gwyn and the Witches of Izalith, that those people actually have the Lord Souls, basically, to give them power. In overall, though, I think that is the truth of it. They really do gain power from those actual souls. So they themselves have been like normal humans or people, and when they got this first souls from the flame, they became powerful, basically gods in this world. And but then again, if what I heard right now is correct, and it's that they found the Lords of the Souls in the flames, that would imply that the Lords were already they already existed. They just were hidden in the flame somehow, and humans kind of just found them there. That's something I need to check out again. I'm not I'm not going to say that that's certain or anything, so don't quote me on that. But I guess it can be looked that way as well. However, one thing there is also, let's just talk to this guy first.
You're now hollow. Thank goodness. I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon, then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I are both undead. Hear me out, will you?
Alright, so this is the guy that actually dropped the body for us to escape, which kind of implies that he wanted us to get free from the cell, and now he's kind of bashed up, I guess. He's beaten and probably just was thrown through the ceiling and just landed here, and pretty much is dying right now. So yeah, keep that in mind.
Regrettably, I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family: "Thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringest the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know." Well, now you know, and I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this. An Estus flask, an undead favorite.
Thank you.
Oh, and this.
And we got Undead Asylum F2 key.
Now I must bid farewell. And thank you.
Alright. So basically he just gave us his healing item. And while he's still alive, he could heal himself. This is kind of like a parody kind of thing here. I think Vati actually made a video of this situation, where it's kind of funny that he actually gives you his healing items while he himself could use it. So it kind of implies for you that maybe he's giving up on his hope for himself, or he just gives up at this point and just yeah, doesn't want to fight anymore, I guess. That's one way to look at it. Or he just is really hurt and can't move on, and just gives you the item because he knows he cannot survive any longer, which kind of is more, I guess it's more understandable than trying to find any weird conclusions out of a very simple situation. So yeah, that's something to consider. So I was talking about the Lords of Souls and stuff like that. I'm not going to go into very detailed stuff about that, since really I'm not that familiar with Dark Souls lore itself. Really, just try to backstab him already. Whatever. I'm not really that familiar, like I don't know every single detail about every single little stuff, but I do like to hear what's going on and what's happening and stuff like that. And if you guys have any opinions on it, please do comment on it. So that's the way you do that, boss. You kinda need to do it this way. If you are not using black firebombs on him, so you kind of need to do it this way. Drop down from there and just press the first mouse button, and you'll get the launch attack, whatever it is called. And yeah, just back away from him and keep attacking the normal way. Normal stuff. Just read your opponent. The music in this game can be very intimidating. So when you first get into this fight, you're really going to be confused, and it's going to be a hectic fight for you. But I'm sure that every one of you who are watching this video have already beaten Dark Souls 1 at least, and if you haven't, then this will be an experience for you as well. I will try to keep the lore based stuff to those who actually have real knowledge about it, but I do like to question some of the stuff and bring my own little ideas forth here. I'm sorry, I'm confusing the buttons again. So yeah, and other than that, the frame rate kind of dropped right now. Here's something unique over there. Let's just go forward here. The other stuff that I want to, before we go on forward actually here, is that the intro, after the intro, the lady says that the people are led to the north, and where they are, this is basically the north, and they are locked up here in the undead asylum until where they will wait for the end of the world or something like that, which is true. There are these nights that actually are also made for you to, or for them to actually the nights are actually made to get people, well, like they bring people here and lock them up, basically, those nights. And that's their curse, I guess, I don't know. Anyhow, the idea that, I feel that it's misinterpreted, I guess, in some people's mind. Like, it's the same world. It's kind of hard. Well, let's go forwards here. I will explain once we get through this, because it's kind of hard to simplify it in my head.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen.
It can be shown here as well, what I'm trying to explain.
To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
So yeah, Lordran here is kinda explained weirdly. It's not really explained in any way, I think. But yeah, I will show you guys in somewhat of detail, I guess. I don't know. How should I explain this whole thing? Well, we were basically in Lordran, level up and kindle at bonfire. This kind of like shows you that Lordran in itself is kind of like a completely different area. It's the land of the ancient lords. This kind of it does imply that it's like the land of gods, I guess. So when you leave the undead asylum is like a gateway, basically, where you go to basically wait for the end of the world, and some of you are chosen, I guess, to go into this a world of gods, which is completely different from your own world. It's like a totally different universe even. For example, you saw the crow actually fly upwards into the sky. So Lordran isn't like an area on the planet or anything like that. And that's something that actually is kinda... it's never explained anywhere. And I don't think that even some YouTubers out there that have made Let's Plays of this game and lore-based stuff don't really maybe understand that. Maybe I'm just looking too far into it, and maybe I'm wrong. I might actually be wrong that it's completely same whole planet, and well, of course it's the same planet, of course, but it might be the same world in itself. I know that... oh my god, look at my leg. Look at my leg. It's interesting though. I know that humans were born from the dark and everything like that, and the lords just were like gods among men, and they made this area called Lordran. But still, I do think that it's like a completely different universe where only the chosen ones can enter, basically. So a normal human can't just fly a plane in here, basically. Alright, enough of my contemplating, and let's talk to this guy.
What do we have here? You must be a new arrival. Let me guess. Fate of the undead, right? Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are actually two bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happened. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on, but I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land of the undead?
Yes, indeed. And if you've seen, for example, Lordran is an area that actually has past and future, basically, through Dark Souls 2. And even in Dark Souls 2 you see the main character actually leaping into a void which leads him to Drang Lake, which is basically Lordran before, or Lordran was before Drang Lake, so something like that. Or in Dark Souls 2 it might be that Drang Lake is completely whole different continent, which also implies that if there is a different continent on that void that you leap into, then there is a completely new world in that void, basically. So humans live in a different universe, basically. It cannot. I doubt that it's like a transportation through like point A to point B, basically. So that's my contemplating here, trying to figure out what's going on. I hope you guys enjoyed. However, please do like the video and comment on below what do you think. What is Lordran? And is it the same world? Perhaps, maybe. Same world with the Undead Asylum area, and before that where humans basically live. Yeah. Other than that, I have nothing else. Please do like the video, subscribe, and we will continue our actual Let's Play next time. And yeah, see ya!